hopefully, soon you're going to see it.
But also it was very impressive yesterday. We agree. In our case, no one left the film, although it's quite slow and in ways also dark. Yeah. So it was not a Bollywood movie at all. But people really stayed, and we thought that was very impressive, and the emotional impact it had on a lot of people, and very intelligent questions afterwards, and like so many people just came to us and wanted to take pictures. Like, it was a very warm experience, and we're very grateful.
Which is really not happening in Germany.
Yes, that's what I want to say. We are not used to it. We are not, even though we go to bigger festivals, we are not used to it. And I think it's so important that it's you show your feelings. I mean, this is something I really appreciate. It's been great.
Exactly. It's a revelation that it also connects to the people on the other side of the world, because any film project starts with one person sitting somewhere and thinking, oh, I want to make that film. And it's absurd because, whatever anxiety you have, you think like, this is worth putting out there. And you doubt it all the way through, even until the day before we premiered here. You think, what am I doing here? But then it's such a nice moment when it actually connects to people. Especially, as I said, on the other side of the world, and people get it and understand it. And, and suddenly it makes sense. why you do what you do,
So great to hear from both of you, but both of you, we could hear the plans that you have for distribution and where we would be able to catch the film in the coming days. But my question was where we can see the film at IFFI.
Well, in our case, whoever wants to see it, come up to me and we'll send a screener in terms of distribution and all of those things. No problem.
That's great to know.
But I think there is we have to ask festival organizer. From what I know, we only have one screening at the festival. That's what you're asking, right?
No, in fact, I know that. But
okay.
basically, my question is, you asked whether we have seen the film, right? Yes. I would like you to define what we mean by seeing the film.
It's just...
Go ahead.
For instance, I would first like to hear from you, please. Yeah.
No, because I think it's just the experience of the European producers that you have a press screening sometimes before and then the press conference. So, but I see there's a little bit different. So that's why I think, because that's why we ask, because there's always a press screening and the official screening. That's something that just we're used to, to have. So that's why in journalists sometimes they don't see it, they see it, and we engage them when we're presenting our films into different conversations.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but my question was... No, my question was, what do you mean by seeing a film?
Okay. That's for the directors, I think, the question.
Is it just going to cinema and watch it, or is it the level under it?
It is up to you to say.
Okay.
Well, coming and showing interest and showing up for watching the movie, I guess.
I think it's something about a collective experience. I think sometimes it's like, I think of watching movies in a cinema is sometimes connected like watching a football game, because you're sitting in a crowd and you all watch the same things going on, and you start to get from your own body to become a collective body, like you're experiencing the same emotions or other emotions, but it's you're going to get connected to the people around you, and you're not leaving as you came in. You're changed because of the people around you, and maybe you don't like what you see, but you changed in a way because you had a connection with the other audience people. So maybe that's what for me is watching a movie, to feel collective happening. Yeah, to leave my own body and my own borders.
There's a question over there.
Generally, we don't see German films in India released commercially. Sometimes we get other films dubbed in English or something.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking only this film, but other films also. So, do German film directors, filmmakers, producers have any plans to release their films?
Oh, we would love to release the film if there's interest. Absolutely.
Because this one is very fine film.
Are you a distributor?
No, I'm a film lover. That's why I like to watch films. We have Max Muller Bhavan in Pune, Goethe Institute, and we sometimes watch German films there, or in Film Institute also.
Ah, okay.
Nice.
That's why.
Great.
Interesting.
Yes.
And do you get to watch, I mean, can I ask a question? Do you get to watch a lot of Europeans film as a film lover you are?
In Pune, we organize, I mean, not me, there are people who organize European Film Festival. So
Oh,
we watch
Can
Polish
we come?
films,
can you invite
German
us?
films, everything.
I mean, I'm sure we are sitting here all together. We should make something together anyway.
Yeah.
You know, we just met here on stage.
And there is
So
another
we can-
film festival also in Pune, so you can bring your film there also. If you have heard that film festival.
That's very big, right?
If festival.
We'll make a movie, we'll call it Close Sadness.
We would love to. I mean, I think the most important that what the guy said is when you make a film in some faraway part of the world from you, and then we come here and we see the response, and we can share some of our problems, of our feelings, and we get this response. So for a filmmaker, it's the best to be able to show your films. There's nothing better.
Well, you changed.
Always somebody else.
Still not happy about the answer? Yeah, I'm gonna ask again.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, gonna ask again. Okay.
Yeah, so it's great to hear Hannah's answer that the film, watching a film entails a collective experience, right? So two questions there based upon that. One, do you mean to say that this collective experience, is it a desirable feature which constitutes watching a film, or is it a necessary feature which is foundational and existential to the process of watching a film?
Well,
and
look-
if, okay, yes.
Well, look, it's.
Maybe.
You want to finish? I have an answer.
No, you can, it's okay. I will come, I will ask afterwards. I mean, you can
Okay,
ask.
okay.
Yeah.
I think in the pandemic showed us in a way that no one went to the cinema in the pandemic, and afterwards numbers are slowly only coming back. So I think what we're facing with in the movie industry is a lot of people watch their films on screens, on small phones, and in their homes. But I think there's a difference coming into a screening room, into a movie theater, watching films together with a lot of people. And what Hannah said is, I think it's so true. And I grew up going to cinemas and to festivals and enjoying that. And especially like when we saw the film yesterday, the reactions, the laughter, people coming to us, and all of this is something that cannot be transported on the phone or even into your home. I think that's really important, and I hope this will stay and people come back to watch films in the theater.
Thank you, that's great to hear. So, this question remains unanswered, whether this collective experience, is it a desirable feature or is it foundational to the process of watching a film? And if it is foundational, does it thereby mean that what we watch on our mobile phones when we are alone, hooked up onto our earphones, when we are not alone but we are having a solitary experience, watching a film in a crowd or in a train, for example, and even watching a film on our personal devices on OTT platforms, where the collective, where we are deprived of the collective experience. Does it, in that case, mean that what we are hence watching is actually not a film, or that we are actually not watching a movie when we are doing that?
Interesting.
So
Go on.
interesting. Yeah, okay, so the first thing that comes to me is everything in the end is also individual, right? Your experience of what you call a film is always yours. It is never mine. And the place where we meet will always change through time. Right now we're in a time where we've found technology to be a building block of what it means to be the self. You can expand yourself through the technology you use. Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. Ah, you can't hear me. Oh shit! Can't say that word.
I can hear you.
Yeah. Slower.
After technology, no, speed is fine. I just got a momentarily distracted. If you can just, after technology.
Technology. So the technology is your expansion of the self. It's all our expansion of the self at the moment, right? You're the master of your phone. You experience life through. You experience life through how you expand with technology. This is our time in a way right now. So now the question is, what do we want the experience of film to be? And we can't answer that question because time itself tells it for us. Because we're all experiencing life individually, and the collective forms it out of that, right? So for me, for example, I would love to have cinema be something where it's like a dance. We go there with all our whatever it is that we are, shyness, expressiveness, and we dance with the movie. But that's my desire. So film, I think, is that reflection in a certain way also of who you are and what you want to experience from the medium that you might love.
Experience of watching a film is socially constructed. That is shaped by our collective experience and the way those experiences are shared with each other.
Everything is your collective. No, I'm saying that the basis is always collective. You cannot exist alone. So that's clear.
But the point is, I think there's no right way or wrong way to watch a movie. I think it's up to you how you feel and what you need for yourself to enjoy as much as you can. If you want to be alone in bed with your headphones on and stare at your small screen, then you will experience some other emotions than when you sit in the theater and watch it on the big screen with 300 people. So there, maybe you can see the same film, but you don't see the same film because you watched it in different locations by yourself and with other people. So maybe that's the point, that you can enjoy the same film in many ways by the company you are in.
Yeah, there's no dogma.
Yeah, exactly. I think it should be put in a box, to critic like classic cinema formats versus new Netflix or platforms alike. I think there's a big collective movement also. I think fans of famous series, they would say it's a collective feeling when they all text after seeing the last episode what was going on. So I think there is a collective feeling even on those platforms or series. I think after all, I think you have to embrace whatever's happening out there, because in the end filmmakers have to make the money with it and a living. And if the movement right now is going away from the cinema, you have to let that also happen. You have to work with both. But I think it's important to not to deny one or the other.
Can I add something?
Of
because
course.
I think there's a lot in, I believe a lot in education and culture, and I think in India you just have this wonderful culture. You're used to go to see films in the cinema, and what the guys are saying, that I hope here it will not die or be changed for like OTT platforms or something, because I see so many people on on the weekdays in the morning coming. It's always full. There are no tickets, and all my friends, I have a lot of people I've been communicating in India, they say from childhood they've been raised like this. They always go see films, right? Probably you have this experience. In Europe it's a little different, and in some countries it's even worse, and of course with pandemic, with everything, it's changed. But I would love to come back here every year and see your great audiences. This is something I think you really are the best in the world for this.
So we hope you keep coming back to IFFI, and also we hope you keep coming back to IFFI and also bring many others from there. But basically, so I would
Thank
like
you. Thank you.
Yeah, but I have my questions.
Is there more? Do we still have time?
If there is any other question, you can take.
Is there
Maybe
any other
there-
question?
Maybe there are other people.
Sir,
it's not-
we'd like to end the
He said
conference
we're
now.
gonna stay
We
till
have
the
other
hour.
press conference lined up. So-
Sheetal, can we just?
Okay, okay. sir.
Just let's have we're having a huge philosophical argument.
He's not happy yet.
Okay, I think other members of the media fraternity are also wanting to interact with you, so I will
Okay.
stop. Thank you.
Yes, I mean, if you have other,
We can talk also outside.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. I just.
but do you have anybody else
Last
maybe has questions?
Okay, fine. Thank you.
I don't know if anybody else has questions. Yes? No?
Anyone has
Thank
more
you.
questions? Okay. So we'll end the conference. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks for having
everyone.
us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.